Welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Sports Show, where we love Seattle pro sports. I'm your host, Mikey, and today I am here to bring you another Seattle Seahawks 7 round mock draft. Again, we are less than a week away from the actual draft now, so now we are, starting to play out these scenarios as if this is what we would like the Seahawks to do, or what I would like the Seahawks to do. We'll see if you agree. Um, and for me, again, there are multiple scenarios in this year's draft that could play out that I would be happy with for the Seahawks. So, still, not all of these are going to be same, in this last week leading up to the actual draft because, there's multiple things that could happen that I would be happy with. So let's play another one of these out, and you'll let me know what you think of this one and how I go about it. Okay, so now at pick 16, in this one, I'm going to say, just because I see the player there, that I would be happy with. And I think most of you would be happy with if we stuck with pick 16. And I think the organization would be happy with this as well because the guy is amazing. If at pick 16 we take Troy Fontenot out of Washington, I think again that would be a win for the fans. You know, locally here, everybody's going to be excited about keeping your guy from Washington and just moving him over to the Seahawks. I think, you know, Brian Grubb is going to be happy to be getting that offensive lineman. Geno Smith is going to be happy to have him blocking him for him, and I think it's just going to be a good pick overall. I think in this situation, if the Seahawks pick Troy Fontenot, he is being moved to guard, and he is your starting guard. And again, at that point as well, he's your potential. In a pinch, you need to start him at a tackle position. Then you can. And this year, does Laken Tomlinson, you move him around, or you move Troy to right guard for a year, just to have the best offensive line possible that you can. Lots of ways that go about it, and I think that's one of the things that makes Troy Fontenot such a intriguing pick, is that he can help you in so many different ways at different positions. And again, offensive line depth is something that you can't take for granted. And if somebody goes down, gets hurt at one of the tackle positions, he'd be able to step in and fill that really important role for you, while you could have one of your other depth pieces take over the guard position. So let's take Troy Fontenot here at pick 16, and we'll play out this scenario. If we take Troy Fontenot at 16, and then our next pick doesn't come till 81, how will we like it, and can we make anything happen? We're not getting a trade I'm interested in this one, so we stuck at 16. Now we got to pick at 81. And here's what we have available to us here, okay? For the listeners, we have Braylon Trice, Marshawn Nealand, Cole Bishop, Christian Mahogany. Let's see, Jatavian Sanders, Mason Smith, Roger Rosengarten, Dwayne Carter, Tavondre Sweat, Dominic Pooney, Mike Sanderstill, Adrian Taylor Demington. These are all players that are available in this range. Okay, so for me, obviously, we're not taking Mahogany. We're not taking Rosengarten. Just with our first pick, we've pretty much taken care of that offensive line, the biggest need that we have. on the interior line. So we're not going to take another one here because, again, defensive minded head coach, first year. You have mostly players, besides your defensive line, which you have a lot of resources, big money, and trades that have been spent on that defensive line. Outside of that, your linebackers, your safeties, nobody's around long term. So you have to get weapons for that for your new head coach that he can develop and will want in his system. Okay? And because we didn't get one of the premier edge rushers at the top of the draft, I'm not really feeling Braylon Trice, Marshawn Nealand in this range either. Because, again, I'm looking at it and saying we've got a lot of resources spent there. We're not getting any extra picks in this draft, so we need to address needs that are going to be needs like right away. As soon as the season is over, you have all but one safety going to be, free agent. All of your linebackers are going to be free agents. So it is now a pressing need in the rest of this draft to start helping out the defensive side of the ball. And at pick 81 here, the player that I like best on the board for the defense, and I think will fit this system, and be molded to fit this system, is safety out of Utah, Cole Bishop. So we're taking Cole Bishop here at 81, and then our next pick is coming at 102. Let's see here. We get a trade offer from Denver for 121 and 147 for our 102. Let's kind of see who's around in this range. Tavondre Sweat is still here. McKinley Jackson, Cade Stover, Tyron Hopper, Mason McCormick. Is there anybody here? It's tough because, again, in this fourth round range, if he's there, I would not mind having Tavondre Sweat at all. With that draft capital. Again, to me, linebacker is still going to be a big need for us as well. So I see Tyron Hopper sitting there. Still, is he somebody that I would take in this range? Quite potentially. Yeah, I think that, again, making it tough. I just the difference between Tavondre Sweat and going after Tyron Hopper here for me is what I'm looking at. Because, again, you have a lot of resources built into that defensive line already, right? And Tavondre Sweat, he really could help the defensive line out more by being that, big, beefy nose tackle that only helps out Leonard Williams, Draymond Jones, helps out your like edge players like Mafe and Nuosu helps them out so much. If that big body guy can take on two blockers that have to handle him, that just creates more one-on-one situations for your other defensive linemen that make it easier, their jobs easier. And then Tyron Hopper, again, a linebacker that potentially could be, a type of linebacker that Mike McDonald likes, because he's again, Mike McDonald, like as he said, he wants everybody to blitz, and Hopper can blitz. He can make those moves. He knows how to attack an offensive lineman, get around him, and get in the backfield and create pressure on the quarterback. He's also not great in coverage, which again you need to be able to do in Mike McDonald's system. So I think for me, the way I'm going here, I'm going to take Devondre Sweat here. I just can't, at in this range of the draft, I can't pass him up. Let me see here. We got a draft. I mean, a trade. What's the word I'm looking for? A trade offer being given to us. Let me. Let me pull up this here, because some people are going to lose their minds if it's too lopsided on the value board. I guess they've never seen the trade value charts where a team trading up is giving up value. But we'll try to see how close this is that this trade offer is, and if it's not close, then we will try to do something to add it in here, because I could be interested in this one, but let me double check. Okay, so I'm just running this calculator real quick. So we are taking 118, and then what was that offer again? 118 and 2025 7th. 2025 7th. And then the Broncos would send us 121, 203, and 207. 121, 203, 207. Okay. Let's see. What if we... Oops. Okay, so what I'll do, just to let's see here. Let me look at the calculator again and see which pick that was. Okay, so what I will do is I will counter their offer, and I will add in our pick 192 to this. Okay, and then in this with this here, if you look at the trade value chart and the calculator, this gets us within 1 point. So you're not gonna nobody's gonna be mad about that the value chart point value is too far off. Okay, for those of you who think like yes, that every trade has to be completely even, we'll go ahead and do this for you. Okay, so let's confirm this trade here, and then we will move our picks around. So now we're picking out 121, and again we got Bucky Irving, McKinley Jackson. You know, we just got Devondre Sweat though. Michael Pratt. Jalen Ford is available here. Mason McCormick. Kyrie Jackson. Theo Johnson as well. That's another name I would be interested in. Let me. Let me think about this one for a second now as well. Again, tough choice here because we just took defensive tackle, so that I'm taking that off the board. I do like, as I said, so the players that I like here that I would be interested in taking are Jalen Ford, Theo Johnson, Kyrie Jackson, Mason McCormick. Those are the names that I would be most interested in at this point. You know, I think though, again, because we really need to address the linebacker situation, and I think Jalen Ford, you know, out of the players available, I think Jalen Ford here is the pick. Again, because this more so than what was our last option? That's what I'm trying to remember off the top of my head now. Who was there just a second ago? I can't remember. But anyways, Jalen Ford is a better coverage linebacker than whoever it was we were just talking about a minute ago. So, you know, here's a guy who can, you know, attack the line of scrimmage, but also, you know, play zone and cover a tight end if you need him to. So I think, you know, he can get in here, develop, and learn Mike McDonald's system. And, you know, after all the linebackers become free agents this year, this could be the guy that you are having to step up and be a starter in year 2. So let's get Jalen Forward here. And then our next pick isn't coming until 179. So let's see what we get at 179. Okay. All right, here we go. So we got safety Evan Williams. We got tight end Eric All. We got, let's see here. We got Hunter Nerzad here. We got Amaris Leafau. Let's see here. Oh, we got Trey Taylor, Tanner McLaughlin, Tip Raymond. Okay, so we got quite a few good choices still here in this range. Again, being tough again. I'm putting a little bit more thought to it than I have in the previous ones because again, now that we're getting close, I'm saying, you know, in these situations, I'm not just looking at it like, oh yeah, I'm looking at this and saying, hey, just let's look at this player and look at the possibility how we would feel. I'm trying to really kind of rack my brain here and go, okay, if this was really happening, which way would I want them to go here? So again, um, makes it a little bit a tougher choice. Well, and then we just got Jalen Forward, so do we really want to take Maris Leafau here? I mean, then you're at least talking about competition for uh, linebacker of the future. Mm. Well, oh gosh, I really like Maris Leafau. It is the thing, but we did just take Jalen Ford. I mean, now, yeah. I think I'm looking at between Tanner McLaughlin and Tip Raymond. Okay, and so now you just kind of have to decide which tight end uh, do you like better. I think, um, I think Tip Raymond, yeah, he's going to be your good run blocker, and be a good blocker for you in general. But Tanner McLaughlin, again, he could be your actual receiving threat. And how much, you know, does how much can he help in a uh in a uh in a Ryan Grubb system? Hmm. Uh, yeah, I think I don't know. I think just for the athleticism, um, if I'm going between the two, I'm gonna go with Tanner McLaughlin here. So let's go Tanner McLaughlin. Then we got a few picks left, so we can still have a chance here to yeah, we still have a chance to fill some needs and while looking towards the future. So I'm looking here. I see Trey Taylor here. I see Sion Vaki here. Two safeties that I think could be really good in this system. Uh, Again, and we're talking about what I like about Sion Vaki is he's also played running back. He's returned punts and kicks. He can really do it all. If you ended up with both safeties out of Utah, um, I don't think you'd be upset about that. Because they're both excellent players. So, uh, and what's here on the board? Then yeah, that is where I'm going. I'm going to go get Sion Vaki here, and then next pick, 207 and 235 are left, so we can really just fill some needs here. Uh, let's see. Just kind of looking around for some other positions. Okay, so we still need another linebacker, right? So here is where I'm going to take, and they show Gabriel Murphy here at 250, but most mocks I look at have Murphy going higher. So because again we are getting closer to the draft, I will go ahead and ignore Gabriel Murphy being here and just kind of say like I think, and most people think he's actually going to be drafted, you know, somewhere in the middle rounds anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and ignore him being here, and but I will still take a UCLA player. I will take Darius Muasau here, and get another linebacker for Mike McDonald to develop in the system, and then our last pick is at 235, and hmm, let's see. Still looking around and just looking for. I know Kamani Vidal is a player that everybody has really liked in the past, and I started liking more and more. But they just brought Rashad Penny in for a visit to possibly bring him back, and I wouldn't mind that at all. He would be the fourth running back in the room that would save the Seahawks from spending a draft pick on a running back. And again, you're only going to be paying him the veteran minimum, so it's not going to cost you anything. So I think that would actually end up being a good choice to bring him in as the fourth running back. So I don't think I need to take a running back here. And there's still other needs available. So let's take a look at who are the edge that they have available. They have, uh, you know, uh, why do they have Ovie Aguafo so low? Interesting, interesting. Um, yeah, just kind of looking at each position now to kind of see really what's available here. I mean, for kind of just like quickly taking a peek around, again, we're at the end of the draft here, and seeing who's available. You know, we might. I just took Sion Vaki. They've signed a ton of random players or wide receivers that are, um, you know, punt returners and kick returners. Because I was looking at Anthony Gould here, but I don't know if you really need to take the pick there on him. Now it's really tough here at the end. I just really don't see anything left here that I'm really like, yeah, this is what I want them to go, or it's not something that I already took. I'm gonna take one more quick look around and see, is there any other positions, players at a certain position that I might want. Mm, I mean, not really. That it's making it kind of tough here now. Um, hmm. Well, I guess uh, we're at the end here. Let's take somebody like a. I already taken a couple of safeties. See, that's throwing me off. There's a few safeties here at the end. I'll take Kyle Hergel here. Again, offensive guard out of Boston College. I believe we took him yesterday as well, so we'll take him here. Again, uh, he could be somebody that's coming in and being, beat out, maybe like a Antrim that they just signed from the Rams that has like only started like or like played in one game ever. So Hergel could be the guy that you get that could beat him out and maybe develops as a decent backup for you. All right, so that's where we'll go here. Ooh, taking Troy Fatanu at 16 here. Great pick in my eyes. I think almost everybody would be really happy with that pick. Again, it does change the outlook of the rest of the draft and what you're able to get and how much you're able to get. So, and the quality that you're getting in those later picks. We're not getting any quality in that, second round range there. So we kind of miss out on all that. We miss out on like all like top 5 linebackers that would be in that range. But we still end up with a good safety. We end up with Cole Bishop. In my eyes, he's somebody coming in here and he's pushing to be on the field right away. And again, he's definitely looking at definitely being starter by year 2 when all the rest of your safeties are gone. You'd be happy to have him on the team. Devondre Sweat again at 102. Again, I think just at that range in the draft, if he's there, how can you pass up on him? And how can you pass up on the fact that he's going to make the rest of your defensive line that much better whenever he's out there? Again, he's only going to play a handful of plays at a time before he has to go out for a rest and then come back in. But those plays that he's in could be high impact. It could be enough impact for you that you say, "Oh, well, we got out of there in 3 downs anyway." So what does it matter that he only can last a few plays at a time? If he's doing having an effect on the field that we're only playing a few plays anyways, then good. Jalen Forward again, a linebacker. Okay, you need to get one. You get one here to help develop, and somebody hopefully by year 2 is ready to be starter. Can get up towards the line of scrimmage and make tackles in the backfield. Can blitz. He's got this the size and strength to you know take on offensive linemen and get around them as well. So hopefully he's going to be a good development piece for you. Tanner McLaughlin, again, hopefully developing his skills in the Ryan Grubb system. Sion Vaki, again, another utility safety that you can have back there, and just is a jack of all trades. You can have him return kicks, punts. He can get in and play running back if you needed him to. He can do it all. Darius Musau, again, another linebacker. You're getting in here, develop, and hopefully can help you out. And then Kyle Hergel again, hopefully somebody that is going to be a solid backup depth piece for you on the offensive line. All right, my goodness, this one went a while. There were some tough situations here that really made me rack my brain, but that's what it's going to be like on actual draft night for the Seahawks too, right? They're going to have a limited amount of time, but they're really going to, they're going to get to some of these picks, and it's going to take them to the last second to get that pick in because they're really going to have to go through all the situations and scenarios and rack their brain on what they should do and why they should do it. And yeah, we're getting close. I'm getting so excited. But this is what we did in this mock. Let me know how you feel about this one. Give me those grades: A, B, C, D, F. Again, be critical, be harsh. What if you need to? If you don't like something, let me know. Because again, we are getting real close to the draft now, so really trying to play out the scenario now of like, okay, not just like experimenting on different players to see, but like actually looking at, okay, is this how we would like it to play out? So let me know if this is how you would like the draft to play out. All right. But again, for me, I love taking Troy Fautanu. I think that's a great pick, but it just, to me, it really does feel like it affects the rest of the draft drastically, right? Because you're not, if we're not trading back, we're missing out on a lot of players. To me, again, in that second and third round range, that for the Seahawks, those are the positions that they need the most. Would we really love to have an offensive lineman that can come in and be an interior offensive lineman, be a starter right away, and maybe be a great piece for years to come? Yes, definitely. So you're not going to be upset with that pick. In fact, you're going to be really happy with this pick because I think Troy Fautanu is going to be very good. But with every pick that you make, that means you are missing out on a ton of players. And I just feel like sticking at 16, we are missing out on a ton. But let me know how you feel, okay? Give me those grades. Subscribe, like, leave those comments. Podcast listeners, hit that follow, subscribe, and leave a 5-star rating and written review because that helps the show as well. All right. And that is going to be the episode. So thanks for listening to the Seattle Sports Show, where we watch legends awaken. So take cover, because with the sea of sound, you will see us rise to reign supreme and win forever.